Now, we talked about Nigeria's teachers earlier in the program. In South Africa, university students have been on the warpath over a proposed increase in tuition fees, demanding free quality tertiary education. There have been protests and clashes with the police, as Channels Television's Johannesburg Bureau Chief Betty Dibia reports.
Scenes from 2015. #fees must fall. Fees did fall, or at least were frozen for the 2016 academic year. Fast forward 1 year and the violence is back.
I don't think this is all necessary. I mean, free education now, it's something that's kind of like unrealistic.
Nigerians are among the non-Southern African Development Community students who pay more than locals. They support the agitation but are concerned about their quest to complete their studies promptly.
We are not happy about it because it's not easy, somebody leaving his country, coming to another country, and abruptly academic activity will be disrupted.
With the look of things, I think we also may not have any benefit from that, you know. So, however, I stand behind the students.
We do understand their anxieties at the moment, and we hope that the issues that confront our higher education system can be resolved soon, so that there can be stability, so that students coming from other parts of the African continent can continue to come to our country, because they bring a rich and a diverse perspective.
The Minister for Higher Education, Dr. Blade Nzimande, was unequivocal about the international students.
Foreign students get charged differently. They get charged extra. That's what is happening now.
But the student leaders believe the fight is for the good of all.
We are saying Wits University is in Africa. A Nigerian student is an African. A Tanzanian student and a Ghanaian student is an African.
This is not the time for grandstanding of one sector portraying itself as being better than others. It is a period of sound leadership from all of us to find lasting solutions.
Meanwhile, it's still sometimes tense and sometimes not at various universities across the country. Some, like film and television student Stuart Young, want to return to school for now, while the issue of no-fee tertiary education is being worked out. From Johannesburg, South Africa, Betty Dibia, Channels Television News.
Well, turning now to Kenya and its coastal area, well known for tourism, but the region has been tainted by widespread drug abuse and poverty. Now, a local NGO is reaching out. Tony Onyulo has this story.
Mombasa, the second largest city in Kenya. The city is a major center of international trade and cultural diversity. However, the image has been tainted and slowly being eroded by the ever-recurring menace of drug abuse, radicalization, and extreme poverty. Thousands of youths in the region have been hooked on drugs, joined militia groups, consequently destroying their lives. Meet Ruben, a man out to salvage the youths. Inspired by his own story of growing up in marginalized community and overcoming barriers to make it in life, he encourages the youth to go back to school. He founded Undugu Mentorship Initiative, an NGO that he uses to achieve his goals.
Why we came up with this particular program was as a result of the lukewarm response in terms of matters to do with education, especially in Coast region. We're talking about the girl-child issues which were not being addressed, talking about also things to do with the drugs abuse.
The organization engages the youths on matters of education and effects of drug abuse, encouraging them to stay drug-free and resist radicalization. They also help the youth who have withdrawn from drug abuse and radicalized groups by paying their school fees in various institutions in the region.
I was lost in drugs, But Undugu Mentorship Initiative rescued me, and they are now paying my school fees.
The organization has a fully equipped rehabilitation center where those rescued from the vice can undergo rehabilitation. It also offers training skills such as tailoring, plumbing, and electronics.
And we can say, yes, we are seeing the fruits. What I can attest is that mentorship is working. Mentorship is changing lives out there.
The organization has empowered, inspired, and mobilized youth to propel themselves and others towards a common purpose that in turn gives them the opportunity to develop the knowledge, skill, quality, value, and experience that affect positive change. Tony Onyulo, Voice of America in Mombasa, Kenya.
In Nigeria's northeast, maternal and child mortality are serious issues, especially among the region's internally displaced. The Society for Gynecology and Obstetrics of Nigeria is assisting the Yobe State government by making healthcare more accessible for pregnant women. And here's a report.
In the aftermath of insurgency attacks in northeast Nigeria, over 2 million internally displaced persons live in camps, most of them vulnerable women and children. Health experts worry about the health risks that these displaced people are exposed to, especially pregnant women.
If you look at our indices in terms of maternal health, the Northeast region has the worst indices. We have the highest maternal mortality rate, we have the highest infant mortality rate, even before the insurgency.
The Society of Gynecology and Obstetrics of Nigeria is taking proactive steps by supplying free drugs to the Yobe State government to prevent maternal and child mortality.
Amongst the drugs that are supplied are drugs that are used routine to prevent malaria in pregnancy, to also treat malaria during pregnancy.
The Yobe State Health Ministry is appreciative of the gesture because of how much it will aid its efforts at providing quality health care.
We look forward to further improvement in the quality of care we are giving to our antenatal attendees and improving maternal and neonatal outcomes in the state.
According to the National Demographic Survey 2013, maternal mortality ratio in Nigeria is at 576 deaths per 100,000 live births. Hopefully, pregnancy-related deaths in the region and the entire country will reduce considerably through continuous attention to the healthcare needs of women and children.
It's time now for another break, but before we go, a reminder to visit our website, channelstv.com, for all the latest information day or night. You can also find us at youtube.com/channelsweb. Still to come on Africa 54. An enterprising woman from South Africa went looking for help when her child was born with a foot deformity. We'll tell you what she's found and how it could help others after the break.